You are listening to the Novel Writing Podcast, episode 13. Grab a cup, cozy up, and let's get to writing. Today's episode is the 9th of 60 daily episodes that pair with the videos from Haley's 60-Day Novel Writing Challenge. You can watch the first 5 days of the challenge for free on Haley's YouTube channel, and the link to that is in the description. Day 9 of the challenge is about story obstacles. From personal experience with my first book, raising the obstacle difficulty high enough might not happen until you get to the editing stage or to the part where people actually read your draft. Now, after 2 books and multiple drafts of each book, I'm getting a lot better at creating high-stakes obstacles for my characters, and, as my husband says, increasing drama for drama's sake. And while we don't want to have unnecessary drama, we do want drama. The kind of drama that makes the story more exciting, makes sense within the story's structure, and pushes our characters to go through their arcs. We also don't want to make the obstacles incessant, like one right after the other, right after the other, right after the other. You get it. And while yes, every story has a sequence of obstacles that lead up to the climax, you don't have to have your story be a non-stop sequence where the characters barely get a chance to breathe. So you might end up having to cut out some of those obstacles. Not to make the journey easier on your characters, but to make the reading experience better. And, your characters might thank you. If coming up with obstacles takes a while, don't beat yourself up. I'd wager that this process will bleed into your self-edits, your rewrites, all the way into your final draft. This is one of those things that really benefits from having a developmental edit done on your book. The first time I met with Haley to go over her edits for my first book, and this was the first draft of the first book, which clocked in at over 105,000 words, I took copious notes that I used to rewrite the book in its entirety during the first round of the 60-Day Novel Writing Challenge. But even that one round wasn't enough to get the obstacles and stakes and everything up to snuff. Book 1 went through 3 developmental edits, and the transformation from first draft to final draft was so profound. I blew up the middle twice, and in doing so, I made the obstacles way better, even though I had to cut out a pretty hilarious scene where my character Bethany makes a really great Monty Python reference. Now, if you're still worried about coming up with enough obstacles or other ideas at this stage of the challenge, I highly recommend doing something called a superthink. This is a 20-minute exercise I learned from my business coach, Dave Moreno, and that he learned from Brooke Castillo at the Life Coach School. Dave has a couple podcast episodes that guide you through superthinking, and they are so powerful. You will find the links to those episodes in the description. That's it for this companion episode to Story Obstacles. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you tomorrow for Day 10. Thanks for listening to the Novel Writing Podcast. If you're ready to stop struggling and start finishing your novel, check out the 60-Day Novel Writing Challenge. It's a step-by-step program designed for solo writers to complete their first draft with clarity and focus. Visit the link in the description to learn more.